Peaches. I'm talking about specific people and manifesting specific people. And if your specific person that you're trying to manifest is investing in you, trying to manifest you, wants to be with you, and is all in, then you don't need this video. It's not for you. If, however, you are trying to manifest someone romantically who's not interested in you, who doesn't want to be manifested romantically by you, then this video is for you. And if you really truly believe that you can manifest someone regardless of circumstances and regardless of whether or not they want to be manifested romantically for you, by you, then you really need this video, because you're lying to yourself. And you may be listening to people telling you this, you can manifest any specific person regardless of circumstances, and they're lying to you as well. And that's what this video is about. Why it's not true that you can manifest any specific person regardless of circumstances. How that's not true.
The number you have dialed has been changed.
You're coming from a junky belief system, lying to yourself, and operating from a junky belief system that says, inherent in the person that was made for me is this rejection of me. So you're basically saying that you are inherently rejectable because the person who was literally made for you doesn't want you. That means that you are inherently unwantable. And that is the junky belief system that's infused in this concept or thought or wish or hope or belief system that says, I can manifest somebody who doesn't want me, and that I should manifest somebody who doesn't want me, and that somebody who doesn't want me is the best, most perfect for me person. That in itself is saying that you are not lovable, because you're saying that the ingredients in the mix of this person that was made just for me is this rejection of me, and therefore I am inherently rejectable, and that is the actual problem. The problem is that you believe that you are inherently rejectable, which is why you could believe somebody who is rejecting you and doesn't want to be with you, or wants to be with you but can't choose you or won't choose you, is inherently right for you, because you believe deep down inherently you are rejectable. So it's actually not that this person is right for you. It's that you deeply believe that you don't deserve to be loved, and that is why you can be fixated and obsessed with a person who isn't right for you, because that's exactly what you think feels right, is someone who rejects you. When deep self-love and real authentic knowing, authentically wanting to be loved and have a genuine, receptive, reciprocal relationship is infused with the inherent knowing that I am actually worthy of being loved. And for someone to be literally built for me, for somebody to be perfect for me, it has to be interspersed in every single cell of that person's being, in every vibrational wiggle that they vibrate in and out of them, and every breath, that you are inherently right for them, that you are their person. Just as much as you believe that you feel that the person is the person for you, your specific person you think is your person, you deserve to be loved like that back. And they cannot be your right person if they don't inherently feel within them that correctness that you are inherently their person. I was just listening to Jonathan Asley, his video that says he's not ready for a relationship, know this, which premiered 72 minutes ago, and it is Sunday, October 24th, 2021. As I said, this video, along with many others, takes sometimes months to put together, I'm learning. Another point I need to add, a YouTuber who I watched who teaches this, you can manifest any specific person you want regardless of circumstances, including the circumstances of that person not wanting it. And she also teaches this idea that other people are essentially nothing more than a stuffed animal. That they are your creation. Everybody is your creation. When I heard her saying that, I knew it wasn't true. Side note, of course there's the person saying, well, of course it doesn't work for you because you don't believe it's true, and it can't work for you unless you believe it's true. But I can't believe it's true because I know that everyone has free will. The YouTuber I watched who talks about other people aren't really real, that you can just stick your hand up their astral ass and puppet them, which I had a video about a long while ago. No, that isn't true. It is true that how we treat people impacts how they treat us. It is true that what you believe about a person will impact how they show up with you to a degree. To the degree that meets their own free will and their own inherent nature and their own needs and desires. Okay, so when I sit here and I think to myself and I feel into the knowing of, I am going to manifest my actual right match, my actual husband, I am going to manifest him. That I know without a doubt. I have zero doubt in my mind that I am going to manifest and co-manifest and create and co-create a beautiful, loving relationship with my specific person who, I don't know who he is right now, actually. I know there's a specific person I used to think about that I used to imagine was made for me when I list every single thing I thought I wanted. And I was like, but he matches, until I was being more thorough and more honest. And I said, well, what about the part of wanting to be in a romantic committed relationship? He doesn't match that. I'm blinding myself. I am lying to myself that him not matching that is somehow something that I can overcome that I should overcome that I should spend any time of mine focusing on overcoming the fact that the person who I believe is my specific person that I intend to manifest, regardless of circumstances, doesn't want to be in a romantic relationship, and I'm going to somehow overcome that because I think that because Neville Goddard said everyone is you pushed out, that means that I can literally change him. No, because Neville Goddard also said you don't want that man or no man, you want to be happily married. Or, to be general about it, you don't want that specific person or no specific person. You want to be in a happy relationship with a specific person who thinks that you are their specific person as well. So this whole idea that we can stick our hands up their astral ass and puppet them into being whatever we want to is also based on this inherent belief in people not having the right to choose for themselves, or in people not having free will, or in people having an autonomous nature that they get to decide what is right for them. It actually is a belief that person lacks. It seems counterintuitive to say it, but thinking that you can manifest someone against their will, or thinking that they don't really have free will against you, is actually ultimately inherently believing that they're not real, meaning a separate being from you who has their own separate will. Maybe you're real, but I really don't care if I think that I can manifest you regardless of what you feel. And you're ultimately disrespecting them and dishonoring them and not seeing them for who they really are when you think that you can control them. And even though ultimately we are all one, in this time-space reality, we are autonomous, individuated selves in our own eccentric human forms. See, if you deeply inherently believe that you lack value and worth, then that makes sense to me that you would then be able to also believe that other people inherently lack value and worth, which is sort of what it seems to me you have to be able to believe. If you believe that every person is not a unique, specific individual who gets to live their own life according to their own choosing, and that they are somehow, a puppet that you can stick your vibrational intention up their astral ass and puppet them to become the person that you want them to be, that is showing an inherent lack of love for that person as well, and an inherent lack of respect for that person's right to choose what is right for them. Like Jonathan Asley saying, he doesn't want to drive 30 miles to go on a date, and he doesn't want to date somebody who lives 30 miles away, because for him, that is long distance. And it makes sense. Actually, I wrote a comment that, I've been single for all these years and I haven't gotten into the dating pool, and I don't have any interest in internet dating. And yes, in theory, I'm cutting my options off, but that's exactly what I want to do, because not everybody is an option to me. And I don't want to meet someone and start living my life trying to get to know them in a way that is so foreign to my real life that I can't actually live my real life with them in it, or them to live their. When I say real life, I mean living in a way that you naturally live. What comes most natural to you? What comes most natural to me? Too often we will, in our dating stage, we will live and behave in a way that is quite foreign to how we really naturally live. And everyone has their own way of naturally existing. Of course, we can all up level and grow and learn, which is the point of this video, but we all have a natural default way of existing and a natural way that we want to live our lives. Just as you have your genuine, real way to live, so does everyone else. When you believe that people are real people and that they inherently have a right to make their own choices, then you respect that they themselves are the ultimate deciders of their life, not you. That's loving them. That's respecting their autonomous nature, their autonomous, eccentric, individuated self. Rape mentality says you're not a real person. You don't have free will. You don't have an inherent right to live and choose and decide outside of what I want. I want you. And I don't care who and what you are, and I don't care where you're going, and I don't care what you're doing, and I don't care how you feel. I want you. I want you. And I am going to overtake you and make you mine, no matter what. Yeah, that's fucking terrifying, honey. I think I just scared my neighbors. That's insane. That's so scary. And even if you're just doing it vibrationally, you're not calling them, you're not texting them, you're not sending them letters in the mail, you're not emailing them, you're not Facebooking them, you're not driving by their house. I don't drive by people's houses. I don't have a car. I'm not a stalker. That's the thing. You're stalking them in your mind. In the neighborhood of your mind, you're stalking them because they don't want you. And you're not moving on. You're not going ahead and living your life and saying, I can survive in my life and be happy without someone who doesn't want me. Just like the job that didn't hire you or the job that fired you, you're going to find another way to survive. You're going to find another income source. If you believe you will. If you think that life is limited and not abundant and life is lackful, then that's more likely when you get fixated on the thing that's not right for you. And when you don't believe that there's enough to go around, there's enough people to meet the right one for you, there's enough jobs or opportunities or avenues of creation where you could actually meet someone and get the right opportunity, the right romantic opportunity, the right financial opportunity, and you believe that you must force this ill-fitted thing to become the right fit, that is more force mentality, that rape mentality. I'm using this as this concept that me, what I want and how I feel is superbly more important and more ultimately true than any outside reality, because other outside entities aren't real. They're just an extension of me. Therefore, I can have and take whatever I want. And even if you're real, it still doesn't matter, because ultimately my will is the only will, and other people don't have free will. You can't be real if you don't have free will. I don't see how you can think someone is real and also think that they don't have free will. So either you think they're real but you don't care, or you don't think they're real. But either way, it's a lack mindset. It's saying other people don't have a full, complete set of ability to make their own choices and choose their own life. It's my choosing to decide how they're going to show up, or what they're going to want or do, or how they're going to behave, or what they are willing and capable of manifesting. So whether you think they're real or not real, if you believe someone has no free will, then you are disrespecting them as a person. And you're not loving them, because when you say that someone else's free will isn't really there, or that someone else's feelings or opinions are not more important or more powerful, or that what they want is not going to overcome what you want things to be, that is not believing that they are complete people. And people are actually real, even if you don't think so. Or their needs, wants, feelings, opinions, intentions, desires don't matter. They don't matter more than mine. And that's just absolutely sickening and untrue. And even if you're doing it from your couch, sitting there fantasizing into the feeling of the wish fulfilled of a happy, loving relationship, but you're focusing on a specific person who doesn't want you, and you think you can make them want you, I'm telling you, no, that's not healthy. Yes, you will impact people, and what I believe everyone is you pushed out means is by vibrating out the reality that says, I have a husband who's out there living and breathing right now, who wants to be committed and connected to me just as much as I want him. I believe that that energy is going to open up the field and bring the right person into my energy space, into my physical space. Instead of believing I am going to fixate and focus all my attention only on this one specific, very, 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 very specific thing, person. And that's where the invisible fence happens, because now all your energy is blocked. That right actual person, he can't come forward. Cannot come forward towards you, because you literally energetically blocked them out by being hyper-focused on this other thing over here. So yes, we impact people and we impact everything, but not wholly. Meaning your impact can only go as far as the energy space vibrational field that begins another person's energy space vibrational field, and how you vibrate out towards them. Of course, especially the right person who's right for you, their energy is if and when it's open to you, it's like a chemical reaction. Your energy and their energy will intermingle, and it will create the third entity. It creates a whole other new thing, a new entity of love, a creation that can manifest other beings and empires, companies, estates, gardens, everything. Okay, but when you're trying to shove your vibrational energy up someone's astral ass, thinking you can force them to want you, all of that stems from the lack of belief in your own inherent worth and value, and also in theirs. You're not loving someone when you believe that they are only your creation. You're not loving someone when you believe that they don't have their own inherent right and will to exist as they choose. I truly believe the healthiest self-love and the healthiest love of other is to know and believe that, just as I know and believe that I am the ultimate decider for myself of who and what and where and why and when and how I'm going to do something and be with someone and live my life a certain way and earn money a certain way and spend my time a certain way. All of those things, the who, the what, where, why, when, and how, I get to decide. And I love myself so much that I respect that I get to be the ultimate decider, and I get to tune into my own inner being and my own outer higher being and connect all of these things and say, I am the ultimate decider of my life and my happiness. And for me, loving my specific person in that way that says, you are also the ultimate decider of your own life. You also are the ultimate decider of your own life, of the why, the where, the what, the who, the when, and the how you will live, how you will love, how you will have a romantic, loving relationship or not, how you will spend your days and your nights, and how you're going to earn money, and whether you're going to work all the time or have balance, or whether you're going to be healthy and fit or not. Like, whatever it is that you decide, what people you like to hang out with and where you like to go and what music you like to listen to and everything, your entire whole life. You are the ultimate decider. You, not me. By me loving you as truly as I love myself, that says you are an ultimate, individuated, autonomous, eccentric person. You are not a puppet that I can control. You have your own free will, and I respect it and honor it. And I personally believe that is ultimate true love. And unconditional love as well. Because by saying you're the ultimate decider of your own life and happiness, I'm not putting conditions on you. I can love you even if that means you're actually not in my life anymore, because that's what you decided was in your best interest. You, that specific person over there, decided that you prefer not to be connected to me in the physical realm. And I can still love you even in that, and even in that say, well, that hurts and it sucks and it feels like rejection, but instead of making myself angry about you, or instead of making myself believe that somehow I can overcome that and make you want me, I'm going to just love you for who exactly you are. You're this guy who seems amazing in all these ways, and you are, but not in the ways that line up with who I am and what I need. And I believe that manifesting, truly manifesting, needs to include the trestle, the lattice, the trellis, the frame, solid foundation that you can build it on. I am feeling such a relief. I feel such a relief inside of me, knowing that my true partner, my specific person, it's not going to be somebody who doesn't approve of me that I have to try to convince and win over to love me. It's not somebody I have to change my inherent self to be right for. It's not somebody that has to change their inherent self to be right for me. It's such an enlightening, I mean enlightening by saying I'm feeling lightened. I feel lighter. I feel like I'm feeling like I'm ascending into a lighter feeling that says, of course my true love loves me inherently and I love him inherently. And believing that my specific person is not that guy I could name right now. I will eventually be able to name him, and one day I'll be writing a video. One day I'll be making a video saying his name is Mr. Right Guy. And he'll look at me with that knowing inside of him that's like, yes, you are my person. And I will feel it, and it will be real. And I feel it now. It is real. It's real even though I haven't physically manifested it. But it's real. It's real in a way that thinking about a specific person and trying to manifest that person regardless of circumstances, that doesn't feel healthy. That doesn't feel self-loving. That doesn't feel like I'm loving him. I don't feel like I'm loving him and accepting him when I say I'm going to manifest you no matter what. I feel like I'm loving him and accepting him when I say I love you no matter what. I love you even though you're not interested in me romantically, and even though we're not even friends. And to be honest, it's actually much healthier for me and you if we're not friends, because I want you in a way that you don't want me, and that's unhealthy for you for sure, because I certainly would not want to hang out and chill and do stuff with some guy who I know is like really into me and I'm not into him, but I'm just going to use him like that because, I'm lonely. You know, and I think it's super healthy and mature to not just hang out and be friends with the person that you actually really are in love with, because that leads to friends with benefits situations that ends up everybody getting hurt, like I had with that guy before. No, and I don't personally believe that I can make somebody want something he doesn't want just because I want him to want it. And I don't think that that means that I'm not going to get true love. In fact, I think I'm going to be happy in my love that manifests, because it's going to come from someone who's chosen it on his own. And instead of me believing that I could make it happen, I'm going to believe that it's going to happen naturally, organically, because it's supposed to happen. That's what my dream, the love story that I intend to write is going to be that it happened because it was so obvious. It was so obvious that we were meant to co-manifest each other. And it's going to be obvious to him, it's going to be obvious to me, and it's going to be obvious to the people in our lives. And it's going to be obvious that it's a good fit and that we have shared dreams that we mutually want to live out together, and that it works. And that's the specific person that I'm going to manifest. And now I'm going to go for a walk. Bye! So I finally got out for a walk, and I finally got a moment where there's not somebody close enough to hear. Even though it's not that nice out, a lot of people are out. I keep trying to go back and add more to the video I've been working on because there's so many more new updated points I need to make. And now my laptop is out of space. I have to delete some stuff, and I have all these videos that I've been trying to work on, and then things I'm more passionate about, I want to talk about, and the other videos just sitting there. Now I have to look where I'm walking, so I can't look directly at the camera. But I really wanted to add the thought that believing that you're going to manifest a specific person, regardless of what they want, is a very, very, very limited, fixed mindset. And believing that a person saying, oh, this particular person was made for me, which I've said. This person was made from the heavens. Every exact ingredient is perfect, which obviously is not true because I've left out all the very obvious, reciprocation and his own personal desire and wanting it and his investment in it. And it's also hyper-focused on someone specific who isn't me. It's being hyper-focused on a specific person who's not reciprocating their focus back. And so it's a very lack mindset, because where that energy really should go would be to yourself. And I really thought about that just before. I watched a movie yesterday and the idea of being self-absorbed came up. And you can obviously be self-absorbed in a very unhealthy way. But then there's the healthy level of, are you absorbing yourself into yourself in the way that helps you grow? Am I spending the time I should be doing the projects that I want to work on? Am I creating the things that I want to? And then the other aspect, there's a lot of things that I can focus on about myself, my own healing, my own wounds, my own traumas, up-leveling my thinking, learning things, creating things, making friends, going out, focusing on other aspects of my life so that when I do manifest a physical person in my life, I have a life that's worth sharing. And then the reality of there are so many beautiful combinations of people, just as we can love to eat a certain dish and all the delicious combinations of the perfect ingredients, but there's an infinity almost. There are billions of combinations of people, billions of ingredients of people. There are millions of combinations of different types of people. When I say combinations, I mean combinations of characteristics, of tastes, of flavors, of ways, interests, being hyper-focused on a specific person, not yourself, who isn't investing. Like it's it's wonderful, it's beautiful to be hyper-focused on a person when they're hyper-focused back on you. Wonderful and beautiful to a degree. As with anything, too much is not a good thing. And when people are excessively obsessed with each other, even if both people are all in, that's too much. And I personally actually despise the idea of two become one, two lives merging into one. I don't think that. It's two lives becoming two lives. And actually, I believe two become three because you plus me equals a third entity, which is the third. So yes, it's beautiful when two people are all focused on each other,
But it can be quite detrimental and unhealthy if they do it to an excess and they forget who they individually are.
I believe it's important to maintain your autonomous self, not to lose yourself in another person. Now, that doesn't mean you can't have shared goals, shared dreams, shared everything. And, it's it's a lot of we. And we are building this and this is ours. But I really believe that my personal thoughts, and obviously that's not true for everyone because other people have other beliefs. That's the point. My personal type of relationship, I want that both of us, the relationship itself, to include inherently the respect that we are eccentric, autonomous, individuated selves who are living a life together, but that are still separate entities. We are separate entities. We do have our own tastes. We do have our own inherent personalities. And that's special and beautiful. And that doesn't mean we're not malleable and that we can't impact and influence each other. That's the beauty of it. Impacting and influencing someone. Not changing them completely. Not transforming someone from one thing into something else that they never intended. More like caterpillars becoming butterflies, bringing each other to the evolution of blooming into your best inherent self, that you grow together beautifully, not turning a chicken egg into a swan. I mean, we can transform, but the transformation has to come from within us. It has to be a desire. That's what I'm saying. It has to be your inherent nature blooming rather than someone is altering you. The energy of abundance says the right person who will want that, who wants me that I want, exists, already formed. I don't have to force an unwilling partner. I don't have to mold someone. People are not just malleable to the level of literally being clay or puppets, marionettes, but we can bring out each other's inherent nature, and you can bring out your own inherent nature by inherently knowing you are lovable and inherently knowing, just as you don't want to be hounded and stalked by someone who likes you but you don't feel it back, you don't want it, don't do that to another, not even vibrationally. And why do it when your partner exists? If you believe in it, that's what I believe you can manifest. You can build new love. I'm at the store. Done with the store. It seems to me, obviously, each day my thoughts are hopefully up-leveled thoughts from the days before. So sometimes talking about a subject and then a month passes and I'm editing a video and I'm like, but this is old information. And that's kind of what's happening with this. That there are so many people in the world to meet. So many places to go, so many things to see. And yes, I did say I want to meet my person in my real life, but when I say so many places to go, that doesn't have to be far. I don't even have a car. I just walk to the store to get a couple things, and I'm walking home. And I've encountered a few people. I didn't talk to them. Well, oh no, I did talk to the cashier. Instead of being hyper-focused on a specific person who's not contributing to a relationship with you. Focus on yourself so you can work on really becoming the person that you believe you are and that you want to be, and to believe in your own lovability, knowing that you deserve that. Just inherently start believing that you are inherently worthy of love, and rather than insisting that it must come through this one specific person, that's the only meal you can ever eat, that's the only person you could ever love. Are you really that limited? That's the only person you could ever love? Allow yourself to know there's different stuff out there. There's different people. And there's different right matchedness. And inherently, you can't be right matched if that person isn't investing, wanting, willing, capable, ready, desiring it, acting on it. Consistent, reliable, genuine, authentic, that it's in their inherent nature to be that partner. Far too many people they do manifest someone who isn't right for them. And they spend an awful lot of time trying to change that person. And they spend a lot of time feeling awful and making that other person miserable. And why do we get involved in that kind of thing? Because we don't believe in our own inherent nature and self-worth of being loved as is. So, in fact, manifesting someone who doesn't want to be manifested, well, like I said, it's not possible. But you can manifest the wrong person who's not aligned. But that's because they're not aligned with their own truth. You ever notice that when two people who are together who really are not aligned, when one of them gets aligned with their truth, the relationship ends? And often the person will find someone who's actually aligned with them, who they are genuinely, and they go there. Who doesn't want to be loved at the core, at your inherent nature, for real? I do. I know I want my husband to believe that at the inherent core, I love him and that he's lovable. And I believe in the beauty of variety. And I believe that there is another person, not the one I thought I wanted, someone different, who's actually the perfect person for me and me for him. And it's actually gonna manifest the happy life that I want and he wants, that we want. I believe you can too. Think about it. Now I'm home. And just like that, allowing yourself to be loved inside is allowing yourself to be at home. The person that you end up manifesting when you go all in to believing that you're worthy of manifesting may not be the specific person you had thought and hoped it would be, but it will be the specific person you need. The specific person that deep down you hoped and thought it would be, because what you really want is to be loved. And you get to choose. You get to say, no, I don't want this person. And other people get to say, no, I don't want that person, which might be you. But ultimately, knowing that you are a fully free will choosing person who is choosing someone who is fully free, willfully choosing you, I feel that that's the ultimate happiest relationship. Two loving people who are actively, intentionally choosing each other and investing. That's what being at home, that's what coming home feels like. Belonging to each other, because that's what you both feel. You've got to feel like you belong to yourself and feel that your own self is worth belonging, and feel that you belong with yourself and that you belong with someone who belongs with you. Those are inherently vital ingredients to infuse in your specific person manifestation. Love Living Peach.